Guys, we're back. That's a little song I made up, actually, called Smoke on the Water. Guys, we're here. I'm back. It's Takeover Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's my day. It's my favorite day ever. It's where I get to talk all about the cool stuff we have here at the store. And today, I have laid out some really cool items here. We have some humidifiers. That's what we're talking about. We are talking about humidity control today, guys. And let's talk about what humidity does to your instruments. Okay? Now, it's very important to keep track of humidity because humidity can affect wood. Okay? That's just how it goes. So these guys back here, these acoustic guitars behind me that Trent's looking at right now, those can actually get pretty messed up if you don't keep track of the humidity. Now, if it's too humid, that wood can kind of move on you a little bit. That neck can come up, it can go backwards, it can get really wonky. Now, if you don't have enough humidity, it'll get very brittle. It'll dry out. It might sound pretty cool, but it's going to crack and it's going to get messed up, okay? And we don't want that. We definitely don't want that to happen to your guitar. So that's why we carry so many different humidity control items. Now, let's go over them. Let's see what we got here. From Music Nomad, we have these little humidifiers. This is the Humilele. I really like the name of that one. It's fun to say. It's fun to use. Basically, what happens is you get a little sponge that you have to keep wet, and they do mention here that you should use distilled water. Everyone should use distilled water when using this. But basically, you're going to saturate that sponge, pop it right in here, and then you are going to pop this in the sound hole of your ukulele. Boom, done. And then it keeps track of the humidity. But that's adding humidity, so you do have to keep in mind that when this dries out, you have to re-wet that. So you do have to keep track of that. Now, we have one for the guitar as well. It's a little bit bigger because it's a bigger instrument, and it's a bigger sponge that you have to keep track of. Again, it's just going to go right inside there, right over the strings inside the sound hole to keep track of that humidity. Those will keep track of the humidity just fine, but you do have to keep track of the sponge. If it dries out, you do have to saturate that again just to keep that humidity in check. So, the next one I want to talk about is the ones that we use all the time here at the store. I'm very excited to talk about these DAddario Humidipacks. These are probably one of the coolest inventions for humidity control. Now, what they have here are gel packs inside that come in some felt packs that are going to go inside the sound hole, and then you'll put one in your case behind the headstock. So basically what that does, these gel packs here, it's like a chemical gel that will introduce humidity if it doesn't have enough, or it will take away humidity if you have too much. So it's going to keep it right at a nice 45 to 50%. Now, we have two different kinds, and that is a very important thing that you need to make sure that if your guitar is fairly new or if you keep track of the humidity pretty well, you'll want to get the Everyday Care Pack because that will keep it at around 45 to 50. We have this one, the Emergency Restore Pack. This, a little different, looks very similar, but it is very different, and it's very important to know the difference between these. This is for more like vintage instruments, more like something that hasn't been taken care of in a long time. That is going to restore humidity to about 75% for something that's been dried out, something that hasn't been humidified or taken care of in a long time, like I said. That is a good way to restore humidity, hopefully get that wood back in check. If that neck's been going crazy on you, that probably will move that back a little bit, probably will restore that humidity, quite a bit of it, 75%, that's quite a bit of humidity. So if you're dealing with a vintage instrument or something that hasn't been taken care of, you want to use that for like the first 3, maybe 6 months, because that's how long they last. And then you can get those refills. Every 3 months or so, you should switch those out. And we sell those all over the place. We sell them right over there. We also sell them in bulk, and that's the next thing I wanted to talk about. These big guys, this is 12 packs. This is like your entire year just about right here. This, I mean, once you get one of these, that's all you need. But these guys right here are going to come with those felt packs to get you started, and that's pretty much all you'll need to take care of the humidity, and that will keep the humidity in control in its own environment inside the hard shell case that you have. Or a gig bag, it really doesn't matter. As long as you have these guys going for you, it'll keep that environment well and in check for you, okay? Now, one thing, extra little thing here that we have here, this is the Humiditrack. Now, this is a really cool thing. Basically, what this does is it is a humidity and temperature and impact sensor. So what this will do is basically it will Bluetooth to your phone and let you know and give you updates on whether or not you are keeping that humidity in check, whether or not there are impacts to that case, if it's too hot or too cold. This will actually tell you and give you updates on that too. So that is a pretty cool invention there. So that is tons of humidifying options that we have here at the store. And yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like if you are an avid acoustic guitar lover, this is probably the most important maintenance thing you should keep track of. I feel like this is one of the most important things you should have around. Even if it is just the sponge, that will do it for you. That will keep that humidity in check. You just have to make sure that you keep track of that saturation on this sponge. So, guys, if you have any questions, give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear all of your questions, and I'm sure you guys would love to hear this song I'm working on right now. It goes a little something like this. I'm still working on it. But guys, I really appreciate you stopping in, checking out the Takeover Tuesday. We appreciate all of you guys. You know, check in Thursday. We'll probably be talking about some new guitars. That's John's deal, New Guitar Thursday. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun, and I will see you guys